are obviously out of the League Cup. You're not going to win the Premier League. You're unlikely to win the Champions League. So the FA Cup probably represents the last real chance of a trophy. If you don't win the FA Cup, it'll be 6 years since this club won a trophy. Is that unacceptable for a club of Manchester United's stature? And does that make it even more important that you can do all you can to win the FA Cup?
Well, I've always been a big fan and supporter and admirer of the FA Cup. I remember back in 1980 or 1981, when I spent my year abroad at Brighton. I watched the FA Cup final at Wembley. It was West Ham against Arsenal. That was my farewell present from my teammates at Southwick. And I've always been a big admirer of that atmosphere. That was obviously the old Wembley Stadium. And therefore, for me, it's an important, very important competition. We will definitely try to play with our best possible team in that game and with a strong team. And yes, we take that game as serious as we can, as we possibly can. And hopefully get one round further ahead. In order to do that, we have to be successful against Aston Villa. We know that this will not be an easy game because especially since they changed the managers, they have been doing well. They won 4 games. They lost 4 games, 3 of them against the top teams of the league. So it needs a top performance from us in order to be successful on Monday.
James Ducker.
Hi, Ralph. Do you think some of these players have the work ethic and application to play a higher intensity pressing game on a consistent basis, not when the mood just takes them? Or is that one of the concerns for you?
Well, this is the only way we can compete in this league on that level. I mean, whenever you watch games, even if it's not the top teams, they play with intensity, they play with physicality, they play with energy, and they sprint. And this is what we have to do. We have to develop into this kind of team. And as I said, in the first game against Crystal Palace, we showed, at least in the first half, a lot of those things. And it's about implementing this into the team in a sustainable way. This is our job. We have to do it together with the players. And we have, obviously, to develop the players, identify for each game the players who are willing and able to do that and to deliver exactly that, what we spoke about.
Samuel Lucas.
Hi, Ralph. You said, obviously, Donny van der Beek and Edinson Cavani, you don't want them to leave this month. Excuse me. Are there any players who you have told can leave this month?
No, but I also didn't tell Eddie that he cannot leave. I told him that if it was up to me, I would want him to stay. And I had a conversation with him yesterday. He came into my office and we spoke for almost half an hour. And he told me that he will definitely stay. He will want to stay until the end of the season, not only because I told him that he should stay or has to stay, but he did it on his own behalf. And he told me that I can rely on him to stay until the end of the season and give his very best, be a role model for the young players. If he should play from the start, he's available. He's happy to play. But even if he's not playing, he will be trying to be the best possible role model for the other players. And this is, for me, good news because Eddie is one of those players with his vast amount of experience, with his mentality, with his work ethic, who could really be a perfect role model for all the other players.
Paul Hurst.
Hi, Ralph. You said earlier that you have obviously got a big squad. Have you had the time to sit down with each of your players individually and tell them what you want from them?
Well, I haven't had the time to do it with everyone because we had the COVID situation, we had the closure of Carrington, but and we still have an issue with COVID in the building. The players, when they get changed for training, they do it in different locker rooms. But I've spoken to quite a few of them, so I think most of the players know what they have to do, and we also speak to the players. We did it today before the training session again. What we have to do in each position, what their jobs are defensively, offensively. So I think the players know what they have to do. But obviously, as I said, with only 10 players being able to play and 3 to be substituted, there will still be a huge amount of players who right now don't get the game time that they would like to get.
Laurie Whitwell.
Hi Ralph, can I ask about Paul Pogba? I just wondered if there's any update on his potential return, and have you thought about how you might use him once he is fit?
Well, a week ago I was told that it would take another 4 or 5 weeks. I've seen him this morning before the training session, but currently I don't know how long it will take. He's not training with the team as yet. As far as I know from the medical department, it will last another 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And once he's then fit for training, that does not necessarily mean that he's then fit for that he's also match fit. So it will probably take a couple of weeks until he's really able to compete for the first team.
We've got last question for Neil Custis.
Ralph, is the pressure on the players playing for Manchester United, biggest club in the world, nowhere near winning the title, is that affecting how they're playing?
To be honest, I don't know. I've only been here now for 4 or 5 weeks. Yes, the pressure is on in a club like Manchester United, and I'm pretty sure that the players are aware of that. But I mean, in the end, it's still about showing up when we play in front of 75,000. And as I said, we showed that against Burnley. We also showed it against Crystal Palace. The team is able to dominate games, to win games. And in both home games against Burnley and Palace, that was the case. We dominated the game. And this is exactly what we have to try to achieve in the next weeks to help the team to develop into a dominating team. And this can only be done in possession and out of possession if they do things to